There you go. Oh, yeah, nice catfish. Hey, and my other bobber's going down.
Scott Sparlin has been fishing the Minnesota River since his college days when he moved to New Ulm.
Got him.
Sparlin started the New Ulm area's Sport Fishermen Club in 1987. That group, which became the Coalition for a Clean Minnesota River, has led the way in improving the fishing in the river.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
This afternoon, the last day of the walleye season, Scott's got plenty of company on the ice.
This river's got big walleyes in it.
Al Swunk almost got a state record walleye down here.
Yeah.
29.
29, yeah, I got mine right.
In the summer, I got 2 10s there on the wall at home.
Right there on the wallpaper.
Yeah.
28 and 3/4 and 26 and 1/4 inch.
All summer, I catch walleye, too.
Yeah.
Down at Riverside. On that sandbar there.
Yep.
I love that. It's so fun.
That's just gorgeous out there. Can't beat it, you know.
You don't have to go up to Mille Lacs. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just fish. It's right in town.
Right downtown New Ulm.
Secret spot.
If the fishing is getting better, that must mean the water's getting cleaner. Here near 7 Mile Creek, between Mankato and St. Peter, DNR fishery scientists are studying that hypothesis. Using a small charge of electricity, they stun, catch, and record the size and species of the fish they find.
325.
From emerald shiners to flathead catfish.
We easily identify a walleye or a catfish as being valuable because we catch and eat sport fish. The health and well-being of the fish that we desire is dependent on the diversity and the availability of these other species to these sport fish.
All right, channel cat, 770.
We take some basic water chemistry stuff. Like now I'm just looking at the clarity so we got an idea how far we can see in the water when we're doing the shocking.
With electrofishing, it's all about being able to see down into the water.
And on here it reads 19 centimeters. This goes up to 60. If you can see more than 60, it's really clear, obviously. And 19's so-so. It's not great, but it's not terrible bad either.
Recently, as the 50s, a professor at the university that wrote a book about the distribution of Minnesota fishes did seine hulls out there and really found peas and carrots from canning factories as well as human waste from unsewered communities in his seine hulls, and not surprisingly, very few fish.
And that fish weighs 465. By taking those scales, we just get to see how many year classes there are. If we're seeing multiple year classes, we know we've got reproduction going on somewhere in the system. Boy, they're in great shape.
Fish communities integrate all the decisions that are made on the land. And so if you've got a habitat and water quality sensitive species like a paddlefish or a blue sucker or a black buffalo, these are indications that there's enough high quality habitat for some of these species to start re-entering the river and hopefully start having self-reproducing populations.
Beautiful shape, so robust. 30.
Recent surveys have showed over 70 different species of fish are now found in the Minnesota River. Some of them are really sensitive to water quality and other habitat parameters.
I've been impressed so far. I mean, we've really had a lot of species here. I mean, we're probably at 25 to 30 species of fish, and that's diversity, and good things are at least beginning to occur here in Minnesota.
We certainly got to be watching the fish in it because that's one of the big recreational aspects of the river. The public's starting to demand that they want us to be out here working on this resource and taking care of it, and they should, because this is a tremendous resource and it's getting more and more attention all the time.
They're actually one of the species that they do target out here, especially even as you get down toward the cities.
I actually got second in the Belle Plaine fishing contest with that one. That's a handle.
I think just the average Joe can go out to the river. Like I said, when I was a kid, I can tell you what it was like where I used to fish, and I can go down there now and there's a marked improvement. I can see it and I know it.
In the state of Minnesota, walleyes and lakes have tended to be a higher priority for us to manage. But we're starting to invest more time in our major rivers and more time in our river and stream resources as we can. Rivers and streams connected to lakes, that connectivity of resources is really, really important for the health of our fisheries.
Indeed, declining sediment levels and reduced phosphorus pollution are improving the health of the fish in the Minnesota River and its tributaries. An example, Since it was started in 1975, the Belle Plaine River Fishing Tournament has been a good place to see how the fish are doing.
Susie did get 2 catfish.
I'm the only one that got catfish.
3 pounds, 10 ounces, and 3 pounds, 4 ounces.
We caught a couple little catfish, a couple carp.
I've taken second in the past.
I didn't catch a catfish that weighed anything. I caught 5 sturgeon.
In a unique way, the tournament provides a chance to measure the results of their stewardship efforts.
This gentleman right here took first about
1988,
34 and a half.
92, I think, was 42 pounds, 14 ounces. 2007 was 51.9. And 2008 was 50 pounds, 2 ounces.
Lee Sunmark works with DNR Fisheries in Hutchinson.
For Minnesota, the flathead catfish are really a kind of a world-class trophy fish, and the fish in the Minnesota River are second biggest only to the ones in the Mississippi River. And there aren't many fisheries like this anywhere in the country, let alone the world.
The Skelly family and their friends in Belle Plaine turned their love of fishing
since I was a wee lad. I've been running around
into a community celebration.
We saw too many fishermen from Iowa here, and we thought there should be some more local people fishing.
We wanted to bring some attention to the river, and the more attention you have, hopefully you can clean it up.
The biggest fish we have here today is a little over 45 pounds.
It doesn't look any bigger now.
When anglers bring them in, if they want to keep them, they can keep them up to their license. If they want to just turn them over to us, we take care of them and get them back to the river.
The people that care mostly about the fish are the ones that fish for them. So there's a lot more sportsmanship, a lot more people that care for the fish.
I think there's some big fish in here. Just got to be lucky to get them.
People are way more conscious about how to treat the fish. They bring them in great big tubs and coolers. I think every fisherman's got a designated fish cooler. Maybe some of them put their beer in there first, I don't know.
Over the years, people have learned how to fish the river better, and
you can see we've got the DNR here now, and they're from the fishery department.
We've been working at the Franklin Catfish Derby days for more than 2 decades, and we just thought we'd plug ourselves in here too to be helpful to the tournament and to care for the fish.
Oh my gosh, look at that. I know, that's a fish.
Well, it's really great that kids are so dang excited about this stuff. We don't want them to handle the fish too much, so there's kind of a balancing act that we do here.
How big is the biggest one? 45.5.
people go up north and they spend a lot of money to catch a big fish, and they're never as big as the ones we can get right here locally.
It's all about the camaraderie. I have many friends back here, and it's a great tradition. I get to spend a night on the river with my boys. They love to fish, and I just love it, love it, love it. I look forward to this just as I would Christmas. It's fishing.
You know, nothing says Minnesota more than fishing. And in the Minnesota River these days, the fishing is better, the fish are bigger, and there's more of them. And you can eat them. Get this, the fish consumption advisories for walleye in the Minnesota River are the same as those in the upper Mississippi. So, bon appetit. Well, that concludes our story about the folks working to preserve the Minnesota River. And after these years, we know this: working together, we are saving the Minnesota River. Thanks for watching.
To learn how you can help save the Minnesota River, visit minriver.net.
The next thing that you know, the whole town was involved at doing all the things to get the river's problem solved. They were cleaning and a-dreaming what the river could become. And while they were working, they were having lots of fun. Cleaning up, yelling, cleaning up. Well, the kids told me we'll do it. We better get down to it, clean it up. Well, the kids told me we'll do it. We better get down to it, clean it up.